Hello, I'm Beau Weston, Professor of Sociology at Centre College. This is the third of our 4 seminars about coffee houses and public life. In the first 2, I talked about the micro life of a coffee house, how people have face-to-face interactions and develop weak ties and turn strangers into acquaintances. Today I want to talk about the macro picture, how all of those conversations add up to creating a public sphere. The concept of the public sphere was developed by German sociologist Jürgen Habermas, starting in this book, The Structural Transformation of the Public Sphere. And he argued that public opinion is not something that exists naturally, but it needs a place to be developed. And he argues that the coffee houses of Restoration England, roughly 1700 plus or minus, were the place where the very concept of the public sphere was first invented. That up until then, you could have conversations about large public issues in your home, or you could, diffidently, have them in the court, insofar as it fit the political sphere of the day. But there wasn't a place where strangers and acquaintances could come together and talk about politics and philosophy and religion and whatever in a way that allowed them to develop a public opinion. Public opinion is very important to democratic societies. It's really how we govern, it's how the sovereign people exercise their will. And so the concept of the public sphere has been important to talking about democratic societies. It has also been very important in talking about how not democratic societies become democratic. That in the communist world in particular, the public sphere was developed by intellectuals who either worked in coffee houses or used the name of coffee houses as the place where they said, we the people develop a thought that stands against the state. Since the fall of communism, the idea of a public sphere has been much studied by sociologists and political scientists and others concerned about the macro issues of life. This is where issues not just of who votes for whom, but also what we think about religion and public life, or about ecological issues and global warming and so on, gets developed and turns into an opinion that shapes the public. And having coffee houses as a place where you can have this conversation has been valuable to many. Now, some think that we're so polarized now in our public life that even coffee houses become polarized places, that you have coffee house for this and coffee house for that, and that we no longer have a functioning public sphere. It's been my experience of coffee houses, though, that they are in fact a place where you can moderate opinion because it brings together people of different views who are having face-to-face conversations. And that the micro level of the coffee house conversation actually moderates and shapes and makes better the public sphere. I would like to know if your experience of conversations in third places really does have that kind of moderating effect. I'd welcome your comments on Facebook and on YouTube, and I'll address them in the final session.